What's up, everyone? Yona here, and welcome to your Kuromatoki's Interactive Podcast. Let's let a go! Yay! So, you know what it means? Like, it's the last month of the year, and it's about to celebrate Christmas and the coming new year. But before we gonna moving on to this, of course, I have to apologize in advance that we're not gonna be able to do our round the rumbles because of that time. Because of the time constraints and stuff. So instead, we're gonna discuss already about about another out of the box topic. This time about fandom obsession and media responsibility. So there are two sides of the coin, and what does what does come into our minds? So when you say they have this fandom session means you have to buy official merch or fan art, fan made. You have to go to events just to see your favorite favorite artists behind the characters they played, or even so there are a lot of stuff. Yeah, if you have too much obsession, and that's a different story. And we say the responsibility of the media is to be unbiased and you know stuff that is shouldn't be inappropriate for everybody. So there are a lot of people that are very toxic. There are a lot of people who are using the power of the media to destroy somebody or something that is endearing and that is important. And oh god, there are a lot of stuff to talk about. But our guest right now is a lot has a lot of stuff to do, and he has they have a lot of expertise when it comes to covering events, meeting fans and everything. So this is the perfect time to wrap up 2025 with an amazing but very jarring out of the box topic. So sit back, relax, and you have to listen up to our next guest and the last for 2025. And they are ready to set out our podcast studio. So I hope you guys are so back it up to your seats and brace yourselves because this is so I don't know when it comes to should we say there are a lot of stuff to talk about it, and I hope you guys are sticking up with me until the end. And of course we had our Yona Asks. Whew. Yep. So let's go, and shall we start our conversation? Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and vadines, let's welcome for the first time on your Kuromatoki's Interactive Podcast, Gabriel Dulmalao, aka Merlino. Woo! Hi, yay! Representing Kuhaku Media, guys, and welcome to your Kuromatoki's Interactive Podcast. Guys, kamusta ka na?
Hello, actually, nakatapos din ng semester namin sa FEU right now.
Woo!
So, yes, I'm going to
Congratulations!
be interviewing students.
You deserve it.
Hmm.
You deserve a
Thank
break.
you. So,
So, by the way, we have an out of box topic about of course, yung fandom obsession, diba? And how to balance between fandom
mm,
obsession and media responsibility. So, in our opinions, Phil, although medyo maiksi, but of course, there is a parang responsibility on both sides eh. So, so that is why I wanna contact you to, of course, to regarding on that matter. So I wanna ask you something. How did you control of being a fanboy? Can you share it to us, and so that our listeners and viewers relate? Can relate. So here we go. How do you control yourself as a fanboy?
Oh, actually, when it comes to liking things, holding the obsession on liking someone or a
Yeah.
specific genre, you specifically control it in a sense na una, you are outside of an environment na you're going into a convention. Now, when you attend convention, you expect, yes, there's a lot of cosplayers, there's a lot of people in the community. Even goes na when you go online on Facebook, there's people that may be liking on the same community, but it doesn't have to say na you should be overly obsessive and like maging yandere ka towards the person
Yeah.
na or something or like a character. Since from what I see, there's some people na are really very obsessed with their characters or like their very personalities na nagkakaroon na rin sila ng issues in their community. So, actually, I'm following one cosplayer called Kohiberi.
Mhm.
People may know her, people may not know her, but technically, I met her like since the start of when I entered the convention scene around 2023. I'm in a sense that with her, but in a way it's controlled because I'm not the type that person that would stalk people. I'm not the type of person that would stalk with their social media pages just to get to know where they are exactly. But in a sense, this is a setup where you just, oh, I like her content, I like her thing, I would support her and something like that. Not in a way that would harm her, in a sense. Not in a way that would lead her that um, she's reliant on me. No. The obsession is that should be healthy.
Yeah, totoo naman. Kahit naman ako eh, may mga, of course, we have fandoms na kina-follow ko talaga. But at the same time, you have to balance things off because I'm also part of the media talaga, Like, okay, I'm gonna follow this person, but at the same time, I have to cover the entire, let's say, like a P-pop groups or
Yeah.
a certain person, yeah. So yeah, so this is what I want. Or celebrities, of course, it's okay to be, okay naman maging fanboy or fangirl, but you have to balance things off, no, to cover somebody or something that is familiar or new to you. Yeah. So on the media perspective, sorry. How do you cover something that everybody don't know or familiar with?
What do you mean by like, I don't,
Yung,
people
I
don't
mean, yung parang
know
yung pinaka-subject mo.
subject? So like, how do I compose a subject?
I mean, yeah, yung parang kino-cover yung mga, let's say yung mga in the idol groups, it's cosplayers, etc. So how do you cover like in a professional stuff, yung mga, kasi may mga content creators and indie media persons na minsan kasi kunyari ginagamit sila gumagamit yung pinaka-subject nila for the cloud, ganon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But to answer that, since what I know, is that a lot of people in the um in our landscape, or say the cosplay landscape, people there tend to separate their own professional selves to their own self. So like, it goes the same way. It's like, cosplay is not political. Cosplay is this, that, because cosplay is a hobby. This, that. So people tend to go to hobbies, especially yung mga photographers natin or those in the media industry, tend to just create content that is lower quality. However, on our end at Kuhaku Media, we have this set of standards and set of rules on ourselves that we are going to try our very best to cover this industry because we found it that people don't really cover the convention scenes as much as news articles on covering other topics. And right now, with the coverage of other media organizations, sometimes other media organizations only tell that, oh, this person is performing right now. Oh, here's the performers for this type of event, without actually giving the details. Or even some coverages that just, oh, I'll just take this coverage to a phone and post it on Facebook. There's actually some media organizations that do that. So, in a sense, it's a bit of negating in quality. But for our end in Kuapo, not to overly promote ourselves, we tend to really stick with the journalistic standards of the five W's and one H. So each post that we have should adhere to like, oh, this specific person is performing at this date, this place, so that a lot of the people, even those not attending the event, can get to understand what they are doing there. And thirdly, with the fandom obsession thing, I tend to be a bit more professional when I am in media duties because it's in our ethical considerations, given that I am also a BA communication student, that you should really take into consideration na maging fanboy ka because you're doing a job. I don't really earn from social media, but I consider this as a stepping stone to me getting a future job or to my members in the organization getting a possible job in the media industry because they act in a more professional manner compared to other media organizations or media, other partners or even other photographers, in fact, that they get to hold the expectations that a lot of people have with the mainstream media, kumbaga. And so far, coming from that, and the media responsibility that a lot of people, I can't determine how many, but when talking with some people, I noticed that a lot of older people tend to like our content because we really explain it like news. We really explain conventions in news. And based din sinasabi mo na how do I make this specific type of stories or how does my team create types of stories is that coming from my professor, if you're assigned to something, you really have to make a story as well. However, or like how big of a foreign story is, you really have to make something that is newsworthy. However, not all things are newsworthy. So the first thing that
Yeah.
is a consideration if it's newsworthy is, for example, convention events. Would I post or create a content that is specifically placing, oh, this is now happening, the auction ceremony? No one really cares about the auction ceremony at this point. People, like, there's just specific group of people inside the event that need to go to the auction ceremony. Or let's say, some people would just not really interact with it. However, when you post something in a convention, like, oh, this this game is about to start with just explaining the big rules of the game and also explaining the people that is involved in the game, it becomes more newsworthy because there's actual people listed in it, and in regards, it becomes more memorable.
Yeah, absolutely. So, not just, actually, not just, hindi lang sa mga ano, cons talaga, but also yung mga industry events, yung mga different ganaps, may mga ganong, media people na,
Mm.
si,
Um,
si ganitong ano, ganitong celebrity, or yung ganitong group, or ganun. Oh, we just gonna, taking photos of them, ganun. So, may mga ganun talaga. And
Mm.
may,
I think, a lot of content creators kasi aren't really equipped with the necessary skills that communication students have. But I'm not
yeah,
saying that you should have communication as a bachelor's or have
yeah,
studies in communication to really partake in content creation or journalism.
yeah,
It's just that people in the communication and journalism broadcasting fields have a higher edge
yeah,
compared to regular content creators when it comes to telling their stories
yeah,
or reporting to people.
yeah,
People that don't have the degree of communications that stand out really have a good character in them, really
yeah,
have a good way to storytell in them. Because even as communication degree gives you a leverage or like a boost, it's not really a guarantee that you will be the best.
yeah, absolutely. May mga flaws talaga. And actually, lot na, most of our, the reports that we looked up to or say inspired to have flaws talaga.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
even broadcasters had flaws. Even the
Hmm.
journalists had flaws. Eh, kahit naman ako,
And
may flaws
I
din ako
can't
eh. I
deny that.
admit, di ba? I admit. Kasi one time, no, share ko lang sa'yo, quiz. Kasi, may kasagutan akong, taga-media din. And in the media, to
Oh.
be exact, my God. Tapos, actually, in the recent, if I'm not mistaken, in the recent Billboard Awards, Billboard PH Awards, sinagutan ko siya. I have to admit, we have a rift, kumaga, between my media entity, which is the Kuromatoki platform, and I've got to mention that media entity, the other one, which is CATV Philippines. So, kinasagutan ko sila. Sabi ko, ano, media kayo, pero bakit, napaka-bias ninyo? Sabi ko, tinatag ko na, I'm sorry ha, nakakagigil, sobrang gigil talaga ako that time. Of course, wala ako on that event. But it doesn't mean that wala akong pake, sa mga ganap. No. May pakialam ako. Kasi, those people behind that are very unprofessional. Kasi, why are you booing somebody or a group na ayaw mo, 'di ba? Kasi it's nakakairita, no, to see, yeah, post like, tapos magsusorry sila kasi ganito, ganyan. Yeah, does not represent ganito na you they did something wrong talaga. Kasi you have you're in the media spectrum. I mean, they're in the media spectrum. Pero bakit napaka-bias? Kasing lala na mga, mga, ano dyan, yung mga, mga,
Hmm.
our Asian
Um,
counterparts
uh,
kasi. So, yeah.
to clarify, what content groups seem to think that they're biased?
Apparently speaking, there are SB19 fans. And then, one of their staff, probably, I'm sure, part of the disability community, nagbu like, I already watched the video, by the way. So I watched the whole video, by the way, and seeing that person booing like a certain group, which is in case Beanie. So sabi ko, wala kang potek talaga. Bakit ka na mabu? You are part of the media. You shouldn't do something that is not in favor with you. Ang masakla pa,
Here's the funny
minura ko
part.
yan, sorry ha. Pero nakakagigilan. Minura ko yan. And I already blocked and muted them. Kasi, because of that incident. Tapos mapay-statement pa
Mm.
sila. May like, totoo ba yung statement niya yan? Sabi ko, you're already
Mm.
they damaging, sorry ha, they already damaging They have a damage control, something like
So they had a statement.
yes, na
The organization of her workplace had a statement.
yeah, may pa-statement na sila.
Oh.
Yeah, sabi ko, parang din actually, parang hindi sincere yung pun unintended. Sorry, pun unintended. Hindi sincere yung, no? Yung pagka-apology nila, yung public apology nila to the public. Eh, bakit nga, ayan, kasi, ayan kasi, tinatag sila ng syempre, ng pambabash, tapos ang masakap, pagmumura talaga. Kasi, most of the, I'm also a Beanie fan. But actually, and so, I've been listening to their songs. So, I'm also then, I'm not an 18, but I also listen to SB19's song. So, bakit may mga taong ganyan, no? Nakakahiya sa media, no? In the media community pa, kumbaga, ayun, because of that incident, I already blocked them for good.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay. I should explain some points here.
yeah,
The first thing, the statement. Actually, it was the best thing that they could do.
yeah.
Especially if this is a big news company.
Mm-mm.
I would suggest to not we name the news company since we might be tagged with libel. That's why I'm not mentioning names companies because it might be threatening to them that they would sue libel, especially if this is posted publicly. Yun yung sa amin, that's why the
Yeah,
media organization don't really post plate numbers, species of victims, species of suspects. Sabihin natin, when they're reporting, unless they're sponsored, they're not going to mention brands. It's going to add like, oh, either we're giving them PR or we're giving them promotion or we're giving them bad fee. That's why in Kuwato's poster, we don't really include brands, especially for those na sponsor, kunwari, ng this event na to. We moderately prohibit people to not post pictures around the sponsors area. So like, if there's a printing company in the middle of the event that has their name blown out, we won't really include them, but possibly their people, or possibly include them, but also show the event. To not make it promotional. Regarding naman, on the media perspective, I believe, on my personal thoughts, that each person has their own personal opinions. Siguro, lumabas lang sa point, or it came to the point that people saw this person's personality in a more personal way, that people saw her doing, because I'm probably not aware of the situation. Because yes, I heard or listened Billy and the 19 songs, but I'm not really deep dive into them that I would certainly follow them. Possibly I would follow the memes, I would follow their major news, but I'm not really going to deep dive into them because as much as I love the music, I treat the music and the artists very differently. Um, Regarding naman media responsibility and the thought that, well, media partners or the media itself should be biased. Here's the hard truth.
mm-mm.
Everything is biased. Everyone has their own bias.
Yeah, I
My
know.
set of
Yes.
coverage focusing on entertainment journalism in social media, it's already a bias in itself. The fact that we're prioritizing this specific person's event because we're given media passes, it's also a bias, even though our goal is to fill in every blank. Certainly, we cannot fill every single blank. So we just get what opportunity comes to us. Regarding on the actual biases on people, because we really have to remember that behind every media company, there is a person, and that person has their character inherently is your own bias. And possibly you may also see it on Kuhaku's presentation of coverage, just like cost features before. Like before, like when we had actual cost features, I think we
Yeah,
included you in that. It
absolutely.
was predominantly female, so that's a bias in itself. Because for us, it's possibly more better to approach women than men when it comes to cosplay because they're more interactive, they're more into this, they want more features. And also there's less men in the cosplay community. There's men actually. Actually, I don't die, even though I'm a bi, but there's not a lot of males in the community that are really showing of their character. Not showing that showing a skin, but like showing as like they're really presenting the character in its own self. But I'm glad for the men that do it. I'm glad for the women that do cosplay. It's just that there's significantly more females in the cosplay community from my observations. So that can be said. So from my words, from my observations, that could already be a bias. Maybe for you, you think that there's um, less women, there's more men. It's inherently everyone has a bias. So the perspectives of the organization has a bias. So I'll slide this a bit for politics. I'm not going to mention anyone else, I'm not going to mention any companies, but there's a thought in the political community that this mainstream media, quote unquote, is biased because they offer a specific candidate. Oh, this person's completely biased because they promote this kind of candidate. It really depends on the person funding the organization. If they really want to hold the policy of walang pinipilingan, walang piniprotect. Because even GMA's letter isn't really foolproof. Because from what I said, each person has their own bias. Each person has their own personalities. Even if the essence of journalism itself isn't built on being biased, in the end, it's really biased.
Yeah. Yes, kasi yung iba kasi they have they went too far. They go too far. All in the name of their, yung mga faves nila, ganun. Kasi most of the time they were using these people for the cloud, pero sometimes ginagamit ng PFP pala. Kasi for their profile pics and kaya this is why I don't actually do, people as profile pics ko kasi nga number one that is kumaga no not necessarily invasion of privacy though but ano to parang nire-reflect yung tao eh. Ikaw yung fan kaya dapat you should reflect on a certain you should reflect what you are as your yeah, let's say favorite character or your idol, 'di ba? So this is
Mm-hmm.
why I don't do that kasi at least ako, at least sa akin, may pananagutan talaga. Yung profile pic ko, pa, may pananagutan talaga. And pag may mangyari sa akin, ayun.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
So,
you're talking about the people that place other people's faces as the profile pictures.
yes. Yes. So,
Oh.
yeah. Medyo ano eh, yeah. This is what,
I mean, for
yeah.
me, I'm very to stick with the conventions and cosplay stuff because that's what me just personality. Yes, I could talk more about it, but my expertise would go down. But talking about it, the
Mm-mm.
thought of people using other people's photos, it's alright on quotation. Uh,
Mm-mm.
First is that you took the photo itself.
Yeah.
The second is that it's publicly online.
Yeah.
Because yes, you post it on Facebook even if that's on friends only, but remember, Facebook is a social media platform. It's a public entity. So you posted it so people However, I do not agree. Maybe this was on your point. I do not agree when people use a different person's face or facial details um,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
create bad things. So,
Yes.
impersonate someone, some people, or even
Mm-mm.
blackmail.
That's
It's
a diff.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, very known in the idol community.
Yeah. Kasi, for me ha, kasi it reflects the person that you are, kumbaga. And you as a fan, as fans, reflecting like, the overall personality of a person. So this is why we should be careful on what we talk, what we commented, or what we comment, sorry, and what we say, what we say about that person. Kasi, sila maapekto dyan.
Mm. And yeah, coming back from what you said on the mistakes part,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can definitely tell that, yeah, people do make mistakes. Organizations make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, the PR statement na ginawa nun, even though na, oh yes, it sounds very corporate, sadya lang talaga, the people that make personal statements or like statements of apologies, especially if it's coming from a large organization, it's not made by the person itself na gumawa nung case na yun. It's probably handled by the HR or the PR department of that. So maybe their approach was to be neutral. Kaya people thought that, oh, it was so unfair for them. But yeah, rest assured that we're really placing their trust with the people. It's just based on the PR department's scale on how they really express it to people. There's just different techniques when
Yeah.
telling the stories into a PR.
Mm-mm. Yeah. May may mga
Yes, I
kanya-kanya.
really
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah.
learned from that
Kanya-kanya, just,
na nagkaroon din ng disputes before
yeah.
karoon pa ng PR statements. Actually, um, there's organizations that I know that in the community, that post specific statements. Then I
Yeah, yeah.
actually saw,
Oh my god. I have a war flashback of the statements kasi. There was, okay, I have to talk about it later ha. So, ikaw, if, can you share to us kasi I think this is might help people. I mean, not just the especially fan clubs. Kasi may mga fan clubs ng let's say, different person, different people talaga. Kasi it's really helpful. Kumbaga,
mm,
can you share that to us? Especially mga fan clubs.
uh, sure what?
Yung mga statements na gano'n, si ganitong person, may ganitong, nag-involve sa ganitong incident, gano'n. How do you, so, di ba? Para gano'n. Kasi, they have, even the fan clubs have official statements, see, and parang, kumaga, parang solidarity of sorts na kasi. So,
Oh my God, this turned into a PR training seminar.
yeah, yung mga ganun eh. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that. So yeah, just to give you the basics, because I just completed the course about PR. Here's the thing. When you do PR with something, especially if involves cast, is that first you don't specifically mention the reason. So, for example, if someone's going to take a break or retire from the idol company or from the place, they would rather tell a medical condition because it will be a bit uh, odd for the or the person itself unless specifically sinabi ng person na yun, may cancer ako. The PR of the organization or the group itself or the person handling the group or the manager is that they would just tell medical condition because they don't really want the people to really worry about it. Because PR isn't meant to cause revolution because it's meant as like to explain. the situation, not to harm people. So the second thought when PR statements is that you will just have to avoid the same with realistic values. So when, who, when, where, how, and why. Sometimes we don't really include why and where. So yeah, so this person has committed this thing and that we have already applied the necessary thoughts and services that is internal, blah blah blah. Coming back with the third one, we don't specifically mention the punishment. It depends on the specific organization, but sometimes that they would only tell, oh, we are handling this meeting, or we have escalated the situation for investigation. Those things are that they would rather hold the grievance in private because for me,
Yeah.
especially with cosplay market right now, grievance has to be handled privately. That is a certain fact. Grievances should be handled privately. Lalo pag cheating issue yan, lalo pag issue sa mga FGM, but that depends though. Issue regarding this person kasi nag-away sila, or actually even issue regarding I'm going to be honest with that. When you publicize that this person is going to abuse on abuse or this person abusive, I would rather want to tell the person to really just report it to the authority. Huwag mo publicize.
Wag nang
Because,
escalate, wag nang escalate yung ano problema. Idaanan na,
hmm?
magdemanda na. Sige, siguro kasi I have to
Not
suggest.
demand.
Yeah, report na
Kasi
kasi.
demand na is like you demand someone or something. You need to file a particular case na, oh, this person harassed kahit sabihin natin na attempted siya, online siya, it should be reported nonetheless. Kasi, ayun nga, if you only publicize it, especially sa cosplay market game, well, people won't really take action. People will just shame the person. Like, lalo pag tinag mo yung person na yun, people will just shame the person, leading to possibly them doing it for longer or them doing inevitable. So, um, that isn't the way that PR does it. The people posting rants on coffee market page, those are not PR. Those do not count,
Ano
people.
yan, for
Those
the
just
clock lang.
emphasize
Yung wage, in short, kumaga, it's called wage pay.
sense, actually. But
Pero
a
parang
lot
wage
of
pay din
the
for
posts
me.
that
Yeah.
and yeah,
For
going
the
back to
clock.
the people's footprint, be brief on the details. Second is that you don't really explain a lot of the details as it's specifically permitted. The third is to explain it in the same format as journalism, so like what, who, when, where, why, how. And the fourth one is to really make the PR more of a calming statement. That's really how to make a PR.
Mm-mm,
That
absolutely.
yeah, basically
Importante
look at
talaga.
PR statement online.
Yeah.
That's a very different topic.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Actually, coming back with cosplay market PH, I think you have sentiments about
yeah. Minsan kasi may nakakagigil talaga sa, you know, sabi like,
it.
yeah, even yung, bakit ang daming unknown people, sabi ko. Yeah, ang daming unknown. Pag anon kasi, yeah, obviously, hindi wala muka, di ba?
Mm.
Obviously.
Actually, ito nga, I just opened it on Facebook. There's already like, what? Are this for real? Enabler at, like, I think this was the case with a minor, selling her own telegram to
Mm.
people. Uh, from my knowledge, she's 17 years old and something like that, and people are already like simping or drooling on her. Maybe this is actually a topic of adulthood, but a very odd since first this is a minor selling not safe for work friends. For
Yeah,
me,
oo.
this is
May
going to be a
ganun.
bit of
Sabi ko, not safe pa, NSFW content lang to, pero bakit, pinibenta sa, mas bata? Eh, they should
I'm going
wait
to
it
be honest.
for, where they should wait until 18. That is the standard legal age
Actually,
here. 'Di ba?
for them to actually do it on their own provision, I don't really like. I don't recommend it, but I also don't prevent people from doing it because especially in the that people are like so stressed with cash or like needing cash. People do specific ways, do desperate ways to earn money.
Kumbaga,
So
yes.
it might be just a way to get into their income, and we really can't do anything about it because maybe that's how they survive.
Kumbaga,
But
yes.
I don't really recommend it.
Yun tinatawag natin kapit sa patiling. Meaning to say, they,
And inherently,
yeah, inherently.
the term that people should be isn't really a justification na you should do anything after 18. Kasi like, for me, I was thinking that there's people above 18 that have a lower mental capacity than me, which is coming from me that I just turned 20 right now. But I have people that I know that are like 22, 24, 30 years old that act like children. So it doesn't really prove that once you go 18, you're automatically very mature. You still have to grow. There's some people under 18 become mentally adult. But I don't really promote this kind of services. It's just we really can't prevent it because of the situations that people have. And I think, coming from her, I think that's in her own profession. She knows this man.
Yeah, absolutely. Kasi, yung tinatawag natin na, na
Yeah,
the broken
but for
system.
me,
Yeah, the society that we live in is kind of like sort of dystopian type of thing.
it's very imperfect. Just like what I did say, that every media is inherently biased. Um, our society isn't really that perfect. There's people doing or selling themselves online just to really survive because some people actually treat it as their own jobs.
Yeah.
Because I have friends that really
Um,
earn, and it's big money too.
I don't.
Especially
Mm,
I know someone
you know someone.
that yeah, I know someone. I'm not going to tell their name for privacy reasons, but the thing is, I know someone that needs a specific guy, then they actually do it. You know, booking stuff like that. I'm not going to explain further because maybe this would be terminated from YouTube. But
What the,
that girl gets like 40,000 to 80,000 per
that's what we
session
call the unnecessary desire.
pesos.
Pesos, ang laki eh.
That's already enough to like get you through tuition. So
Yung
it was
kumbaga,
like actually she
tama
pushed
sinabi
them to
ko,
do it.
yeah, kumbaga, kumakapit talaga sa patalim talaga, it's because of the society, a broken
Quality to cut off.
society. Yan. Tsaka hindi, parang
Mm.
yung
Yeah.
walang
And
opportunity. I mean, may
ayun din.
opportunity naman. Kaya lang, siguro kasi, kumakapit
I
talaga,
haven't found it yet.
yeah, kumakapit talaga sa 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 isang bagay na
Because
yeah,
ano ayun, as much as what I said, mas madali maging cosplayer pag babae ka. There's a lot of markets for women in cosplaying because um first you don't really like for men the audiences for cosplaying have very high expectations for girls. Like una, dapat sobrang gwapo ka. Pangalawa, tawag dito, very slim, ganyan. Like, actually, for cosplay market PH, if you have an imperfect face na lalaki, matik bash ka. But when if it's a girl, people would just, oh my god, so cute. Like that. It's also goes with the movie industry.
I mean,
If
kahit sa industry
females
talaga, not just
are
cosplaying,
really,
di ba? The
yeah, females are
gravure,
well.
the gravure stuff, di ba? And in, not just cosplaying, but even in siguro sa other entertainment industry, meron din. But
Yeah,
mostly are, yeah, as we all know that are mostly rated X contents. And yung iba talaga nagiging, let's just say, yung mga, rated X stars starred in rated X movies. This very has a long history of that. And, the Gravio stuff has been doing this since, I think, the time
mm,
immemorial. Ganon talaga, it's always in it's human nature.
yeah. And going outside uh, the gravure stuff, like just what I thought about. Um, for data for the cosplay industry, women really have more opportunities than men when it comes to the industry itself because outside of the gravure stuff, for women, they really just have to be cute. They just have to act their personal character. For men, there's more expectations. So like, first, they really shouldn't be that thick of a person. And second is that, you really should have the same face as the character. Then third is that you really should act as a guy. And lastly, you really should look good. Like people in the community, uh, don't really follow male cosplayers unless they're friends with a cosplayer in a male or they're really attractive. That's why when you go to the convention, there isn't a lot of guest cosplayers. People from the All-Star alleys or like the cosplayer alleys that is male. There isn't a lot. It's predominantly female. Because we give females are more more opportunity than men give.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the challenging reality about the cosplay community. I think in Dinamo, it's a universal thing, I
I don't know.
guess. It's a universal thing. And may yung mga problema that usual, the common problem talaga, if I remember correctly, recently I actually saw a black cosplayer who was recently got taken their own life. Sabi ko,
Mm,
no, I'm not joking ha. There was a black cosplayer na recently na no, na take na on ng buhay niya. So this is proof that
Philippines?
no international. So
Okay,
international.
I'm familiar with it.
And one thing that I
I
realized
don't know
that
if it was a black Ayaka or like
something na black,
a
may mga black
yeah.
variant kasi may mga ganun black. Yeah. Kasi ang daming racist
um,
comments. I mean, no joke, ang daming racist comments. And
mm,
kung siguro, yun na nga,
because from a sense, the community has been generalized enough that it went beyond the niche. It became a hobby that is also attainable by normies. They don't really understand the culture
yeah, kasi
that goes into it.
kasi ang
People
problema.
think
This
that,
is this,
oh, it should really
yeah,
be acted.
yeah. So, and hindi lang racism, even discrimination against, say yung mga POC cosplayers. I have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of POC. I have colleagues in the POC cosplay
I don't know
community.
if you're having.
Yes. So yan, ang problema talaga is yung, it's obviously discrimination. Yung racism, this is the number one. That's number one. Tapos number two, yung discrimination. So
Like
it's
the racist
everywhere. Like
comments
it's
and
really everywhere talaga. I mean, it's not just here. It's in different parts of the
whatnot.
world. Can you imagine? Kahit yung mga friends ko, even some of my friends have been subjected to this. Kasi yung from
Mm.
like, yeah, internationals. Yeah, my
And to
friends.
be
Yeah,
fair,
yeah,
kasi nga, the industry has already grown too big
absolutely,
to to stay in the.
absolutely. So before we gotta say goodbye, so what advice that you wanna say, and what advice to, of course, to the, let's say, both mainstream and indie media personnel, and who
Mm,
are, also fans and having their respective fan clubs. What advice can you give to them?
okay. I give this perfect 10 people possibly and system. But I would tell that yeah, if you want to keep your own personal you really should have personal account and not really express it on your pages page because it really depends on your publisher or the desk. In fact, the desk is like what we call the headquarters for the media industry. In fact, you really should separate it from your own biases because we're really able to work in an environment that really serves no biases. Even though if guest is biased, you really should try to not really express your own thoughts and opinions and direct with the first number doing countering or even so from us, if a person has an issue, we really don't care if this person has an issue with the community. We just cover them if it's needed to cover them. And for those starting out with I know that conventions coverage, especially in the Philippines, is very niche. Like there's a few that only do it, but I would really give the opportunity to those starting out to really try convention journalism, to really try events journalism, because conventions, in a way, also prepare you for other subcontracts of coverages. For example, political coverages, rally coverages, protest coverages, and possibly even coverages that would include modeling arts, because convention coverages is a very wide that would lead you forward with other niches in covering events. And also have fun taking coverage. Don't really treat it as a job that you would slowly like, but treat it as a goal that it would lead you to better opportunities in the future.
Absolutely. So I want to add something. One more ingredient that everybody, not just in the media industry, but all of us, is to, that respect is really earned and not imposed, because it's the best key to receive back to a certain group or person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is what you earn. What you earn is what you get. What you earn is, and then you should get back to that person.
Right.
That is respect in a sense, and no, not a kind of respect that is
Mm.
imposed. So treat them with respect and respect their, of course, their boundaries and
And
preferences.
actually,
Yeah,
the conversation you did also expanding because uh, yeah, there's instances that people in the media industry are, also talk about their own biases, even in times you shouldn't be biased.
kasi yung mga, mga, toxic content creators are have their own definition of biases because oh ganyan ganyan bayan ka bias ka ganun. Kaya sabi ko, oh my god, naiba yata yung paka-definition nila yung ano ng
So I don't know if you're
bias.
still there with me, and probably the internet is having some problems. I don't know.
And
Am I having problems?
not at all, I guess.
Oh,
I guess kasi you know, yeah,
you
people,
can hear me naman.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So ayun. So you know what? It's we're about to yeah. I know we are there are lots of stuff to talk about. Unfortunately, that our chat will be ended now. So by the way, can you promote? Can you guys Gab na lang. Gab, can you
Yeah.
promote Kuhaku Media to our listeners and viewers so they can follow you?
Oh, so hello everyone. I'm Gab. So technically, I'm the editor in chief and also the head for Kuhaku Media, a news organization that covers cosplay, art, gaming inside Metro Manila and beyond. So Metro Manila in the Philippines. We're available on Facebook, Twitter, X, and it's also expanding on TikTok. But essentially, we cover specific events in the children's community and so feel free to check us around and yeah, that will be all.
Okay, Gab, thank you very much for your time, and I hope our viewers and listeners are learning from you. Oh my God, I think and me as well because I need to expand more because I want to improve more on the uncovering events. So yep. And also, you can always comment back anytime here in our podcast. Kasi ang daming nating ichichika. Ichichika talaga. So, anyway, thank you very much, Gov. And I wish you and your fam a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Yona. Really, I really hope for the best for 2026 for you and yeah, for the podcast itself.
Yeah, thank you very much. And can you greet us a wonderful fifth anniversary to us because oh my god, we've been doing this for that period. Like we've been started from the pandemic
Mm.
up to today. So can you greet YKIP a fifth anniversary?
But yeah, so yeah, I would love to congratulate you on your anniversary. I never thought that you guys would really reach 5 years because I checked your account like, oh, 4 years. So maybe this is an advanced episode.
Yeah. We're gonna end it this year with you. My God! Ikaw matatapos yung aming fifth anniversary with you. sobrang, sobrang thankful kami on this. And you are the last guest
Thank
for our anniversary year. Wow, what a ikaw yung huli talaga. So again, thank you very much, Gaba. Sana, bumalik ka anytime kasi ang dami natin ichichika talaga, sobra. And of course, I see you again personally on future cons.
Yeah, actually, on future fun, I'm planning to attend one more convention in the coming days. So yeah, it will just be surprised because maybe we got invited or like maybe I just had a bitch of like a bunch of good luck. I'm so sorry that I accidentally said bitch, but uh yeah, yeah, you would definitely see me in future cons and yeah, give me an invite if uh ever would like this to invite me in future episodes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gov, and I see you again very soon. Bye bye. Take care of yourself and your fam. And bye
Thank you
bye.
so much, Yana.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
thank you.
Bye bye. See
Bye-bye.
you next
Bye-bye.
time. And that was Gab Dulmalao of Kuhaku Media. Ladies and gentlemen, and buddies! Oh my god, we are wrapping 2025 with this dude. goodness, and we were also wrapping our fifth anniversary year. So yeah, we're wrapping up things up. And speaking of wrapping, Spotify wrapped. Spotify wrapped. No, we're not. We'll move over Spotify because we're gonna wrapping up 2025 with our last Yona Asks. Let's go. All right. So here's our Yoda asks for the final ep for 2025 is, can someone be balanced between a fan and a media practitioner? Practitioner? Fortunately, we have only one response, and this time is in video form, and we spotted him at the Christmas ToyCon over the weekend, and here's his response. So let's go.
Hi, Kevin. My name's
Hello,
Kevin.
hello, welcome to your Kuromatoki's Interactive Podcast, and we have our Yona Asks for this episode is, how can you control yourself as a fan, and how how does the media people respond? How do you control yourself as a fan, right? Because your hyperfixations, etc.
Uh, One, merch costs money, and I don't have a job, so that's already one way to control myself.
Hindi ka na mabubudol.
Yeah, tama. Then, two, how to control myself? Well, I guess find other outlets. For example, I don't know, fanfic. I personally I don't write like, for example, you have Ben 10 fanfic, but I have already ideas in my head, so feeling ko like yan yung medyo like outlet ko. Tapos rather than, for example, yan, spending money, I'm like making something. So hopefully when I make it, like it will be for other people to enjoy it. So I
Yeah.
feel like that would be nice.
Okay, thank you very
No problem.
much. And that was Kevin. Goodness gracious. Thank you, Kevin, a for a wonderful response for our Yona S. And this is our final. Yeah, this is the final for 2025. But don't you guys worry, there'll be more to come in 2026. So buckle up your six because this is gonna be there will be more. And yay, we're done and dusted for YKIP for 2025. Yeah, and so OMG, wow, it's what a bumpy but amazing ride, okay, guys, girls, and dames. So, yep, as I said that before, and I said it again that thank you very much for supporting YKIP for this year, and of course for our fifth anniversary. It really means a lot to me, and how could I imagine that this podcast has been for 5 years, and hopeful, not just hopefully, but I give it an assurance that I'm gonna be sticking around. No, I'll be sticking around. Oops, yeah, I'll be sticking around again. I'll be sticking around, and I please look forward to Anthology 6 because there will be more, again, the usual topic, the recurring topics, but also we have the new ones as well. So in yep for 2026. So please look forward for Anthology 6. And yep. And oh god, can I announce something? So Ayun, guys and girls, I'm happy to announce that I'll be at the Solo Pick Pop concert on December 23. So please look forward. And we'll be covering as much as we gonna cover, and we hope, yep, we're learning something new from Gab. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gab, for the stuff that I really that single-handedly, steadily went into my brain. So thank you very much for the for giving the perspective about a as a indie or media, or rather a media practitioner in general. So and being a fangirl or a fanboy. Yeah. So We hope for the best, and I'm happy to announce as well that I'll be attending, of course, Otaku Musical Christmas 2025, and then Heroes Called Pop Up Holiday Edition, and as well as sorry, it's Ozing Retro. Yep, Ozzy Fest Retro and Cosplay Mastery. This is the usual wrap, the send off con for the year. So it's always Cosplay Mastery. So all of the lineups for these four cons will be posted on our FB, YouTube today, FB, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. So please look forward, please. Oh my God, this is so exciting. And speaking of wrapping things up, please please looking forward for sama-sama ingata lahat. The next Idolish chapter begins. The Yo Kuromatoki platform year-end special 2025 on New Year's Eve, December 31. So, ayan, ang dami na namin inihandang, ang daming ihanda talaga. We are preparing stuff. I said it in English, yo. We are preparing some things to look forward to, and a lot of familiar faces that are they're gonna be featured. Oh, familiar faces, even including the ending credits. Yeah, my God, this is pretty exciting. So please look forward. And yes. And of course, we're gonna be featuring the winners of the Yo Chromatic Platform Top Cosplays rank. Oh my God, this is pretty exciting. This is the most exciting part of the year. It's always the biggest part of the year, which is the year-end specials, and we've been doing this for almost a decade. God, it's gotta be lots of stuff, and lots of performances, and lots of stuff that we're gonna flex for this year-end special. So please look forward. And that's the time where we have. Oh wait, so the one we next. Oh, so sorry, I almost forgot that on the next episode of YKIP. My God, we're about to start 2026 with something new. Not necessarily new because we recently debuted. Because yeah, and we're about to talk about the MNO for a fifth generation. God, this is gonna be our impression so far about those gals. For yeah, this is so exciting. This is pretty interesting, very interesting to see. So please look forward. And yeah, it's a new year, new topic. So yeah, please look forward. And yeah, that's it. This is really it. That's the time we all we had. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This is Yona signing out, and I see you guys on the next Yo Kuromatoki's Interactive Podcast. Stay safe, stay kicking, and stay awesome always. Take care of yourselves, everyone. And of course, I just want wishing you all, and I just wish you all guys a very kira Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from me to yours and to your families and friends. Stay, and of course, and we hope you stay a very safe 2026. And goes happy, of course. Sa mga hindi na bago dyan, magbago na kayo, guys. Uy, magbago na kayo, mga babe. It's almost 2026. And for those who are, still struggling, please keep going. I know you guys can do it. Okay? Please keep going. Never give up. If you're pahina pero wag. Pahina muna pero never ever quit, okay? Wag nang gayahin yung iba, okay? Except for people na, of course, may mga mas pinagdadaanan pa. And, pero please, wag kayong sumuko. Okay? Please take care of yourselves, and self-care is so important. Yeah? And it's okay not to be okay! So, ayun, again, a very kira Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you from me to yours and to your loved ones and friends. Bye-bye! Woo! Happy New Year! And of course, Merry Christmas, guys and buddies. See you next year! Bye!